It was April of 2013. I was an engineering aspirant and it was the month of exams. The first one was JEE mains and honestly speaking, it did not go well. However, I was okay with it. मैंने सोचा ठीक है, देख लेंगे, अभी 5 एग्जाम्स और बाकी हैं. But suddenly, life had other plans. A day after my exams, I fell sick. I had high fever. I had exams in different cities. I expected my fever to go before my exams in Kolkata that weekend. But unfortunately, it did not. I tried my best to board that train to Kolkata, only to faint at the railway station and brought back home. And that's how I missed my first exam. और आगे भी शायद ऐसा ही होने वाला था. I missed one more exam in a couple of days. So it was 2 exams in a row. 2 exams in a row missed by an engineering aspirant. I was worried and anxious. And just then, a postman arrived with a bad news. It was the admit cards of 2 of my exams over the next 10 days. And when I looked at those admit cards, I burst out into tears. It was tears of hopelessness. Hopelessness that I might not be able to take any other exam again. और ये मेरी डिप्रेशन से पहली मुलाकात थी. और इसके बाद सब कुछ बदलने वाला था. After that particular incident, I lost my sleep, I lost my interests, I lost my hobbies, but most importantly, I lost my smile. I used to lie in bed all day thinking about nothing. At that point of time, my mom had removed all my books and study material from my room because I had often cried on seeing them. It was one such incident when my dad had to go out of station for some work. And just when he was about to leave, I simply held his hand and said with tears in my eyes, "Ki Papa, please bach jao." He was shocked to see his 17-year-old son behaving like a kid. And so was I, looking at my behavior. And that was the first time my dad took an indefinite leave from the office. This got him really worried, so the next day he takes me to a physician. The physician said that I had typhoid, which was not diagnosed by any other doctor before. So he put me on bed rest for a week. For that particular week, I had to take a strong antibiotic injections twice a day. Those injections healed me physically, but on the mental side, I was completely destroyed. The month of exams was over, and I had missed all of them. I remember my mom, she used to cry behind me. I'd often see her red eyes, which she could never hide from me. She was helpless, she could not help me, neither she could do anything about it. And once out of desperation, she asked me, कि बेटा कहाँ है तुम्हारे वो दोस्त तुमसे मिलने आया करते थे? The answer to her question were my tears. I simply hugged her and cried. और ये आंसू सिर्फ उन दोस्तों के लिए नहीं था जो मुझसे मिलने अब नहीं आया करते थे. ये मेरे फैमिली के उन लोगों के लिए भी था जो मुझे अब पागल कहने लगे थे और शायद कहीं ना कहीं मैं होने भी लगा था. Well, depression can give you weird thoughts. Those thoughts can be completely baseless and illogical. I had one such thought. The thought was that I was going to die. And believe me, I had decided the date of my death myself. Yeah, it may sound weird to you, but that's what happened. It had to be my parents' anniversary, which was in a couple of days. For those couple of days, I lived in terror and fear. Obviously, I did not die, but I had already entered the next level of depression, suicidal thoughts. और क्या आपको पता है कि डिप्रेशन में आपका सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन कौन होता है? आप खुद. After that, I wanted to put a full stop to my story. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to kill myself with that knife in the house. I wanted to jump off the terrace, and everything around me seemed to be like a weapon of suicide. I just wanted to put a full stop to my story. At that point of time, somebody was always around guarding me off in case I tried to do anything. Now finally, after seeing me like this for a month, my dad, he finally decided to take me to a psychiatrist. At first, I resented. मैंने बोला मैं पागल थोड़ी हूँ, मुझे पागलों के डॉक्टर के पास थोड़ी जाना, मुझे नहीं जाना. But somehow he convinced me to go there. And when I went there, what I saw was कि वहाँ कोई पागल नहीं था. वहाँ पे सबके सब नॉर्मल इंसान थे, बिल्कुल आपके और मेरी तरह. And then I realized that depression has no face. And when I took that first depression medicine, I slept like I never slept before. And I woke up, I smiled after a month. The demon inside my head was finally silent, and the chemical imbalance in my brain was finally trying to settle itself up. Yeah, it took me some time to finally recover. I took the help of yoga, meditation, and other stuffs. And one day, when I had finally recovered, I was sitting sipping a coffee when an incident from my childhood occurred to me. I was at school that day and I was writing something. It was that English class. The teacher came to me and he said, Anupam, this is not how you use punctuations. I asked him, then tell me, how do I use punctuations? He said that we use full stop to mark the end of a sentence. We use comma for a small pause. And we use a semicolon for a pause that is much bigger than a comma. And the context of the sentence changes after it. After that, I asked myself, what was this depression phase in my life? And I already had the answer. It was certainly not the full stop, because my story did not end. Neither it was the comma, because it was a much bigger pause. So it had to be that semicolon, because the context of my life changed after that. I was no longer the same person. That was a stronger and better version of myself. And so, I wanted to mark my victory over depression. So I went to a tattoo artist in Bhopal itself. I still remember her. She was beautiful. She had those beautiful eyes. And she asked me, "Kya bana do?" I looked into her eyes and said, "Bas ek semicolon." Thank you.